Changes are on the way by the weekend. Very latest next at 6.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News at 6.
Eastern Kentucky has a rich history of military service, and on Wednesday, veterans across the region and Commonwealth are honoring a fallen soldier from decades past. WYMT Zach Hawk is live in Whitesburg as the remains of a Korean War veteran return home. Zach.
Steve, this is a day nearly 70 years in the making. Army Corporal Donald Mencken is returning home to his hometown of Whitesburg after being killed in action during the Korean War in 1953. Now, Wednesday, his remains were picked up in Louisville and are being escorted here by a veterans organization called Rolling Thunder. Mencken's remains were previously buried in Hawaii with other unidentifiable Korean War veterans until 2019, when a process began that would eventually identify him. Representative Angie Hatton was here today and says this is an important day for the whole region.
Corporal Mencken was an American hero in every sense of the word. He sacrificed absolutely everything, fighting for the American way of life and our freedoms abroad, and he's finally being brought home where he belongs.
Steve, Corporal Mencken's remains will rest here behind me at the Everidge Funeral Home until Saturday, when there will be a funeral service for him at the First Baptist Church here in Whitesburg. For now, live in Letcher County, Zach Hawk, WYMT Mountain News.
All right, Zach, thank you very much. We'll have much more on Corporal Mencken's return tonight at 11, and we may be able to see some of that before the end of the 6 o'clock newscast. At last check, the procession was past Vico, so it's not too far away from downtown Whitesburg. A tense situation in Madison County today. First responders were called after the homeowner said something exploded in their home. Then all 5 people living in the house were taken to the hospital. Officials say it happened as swimming pool chemicals were being mixed. Ironically, the swimming pool was used to dilute the chemicals with water. Officials say it's always important to follow all the manufacturer's instructions when dealing with chemicals.
I think inside your home, mixing chemicals is probably a bad idea, just because you are in a confined space.
We do not know the condition of the 5 taken to the hospital, but we are told that the homeowners were able to talk to first responders when they got there. Pikeville police are investigating an assault that happened earlier this week in Floyd County. Troopers responded to a call Monday on Cane Fork Road in Martin. When they arrived, they found William Guess with his neck cut. During their investigation, police discovered that April Osborne stopped by the home and attacked Guess while he was working on a motorcycle. Police are looking for a missing woman in Pulaski County. Burnside police say family members reported Chastity Shelton missing yesterday afternoon. She was last seen leaving her home on Poplar Avenue Monday in a white 2018 Toyota Camry. Shelton is 41 years old with black hair and brown eyes. She's around 5'3", 185 pounds. If you see her or know where she might be, you should call police.
It's been another gorgeous day around the mountains today. We've got at least one more on the way before changes work in as we head closer and closer to the weekend. Outside at the moment, I-64 at Moorhead, it's all quiet, at least on the interstate. Some high clouds trying to sneak in, but otherwise in pretty good shape. Out front of the WYMT studios here in Hazard, those shadows getting a little longer as we get closer and closer to sunset, but not a cloud in the sky. It's still warm in spots. 86 Jonesville, Manchester, and Irvin. 89 in Williamson. So it's still warm out there. A few clouds working through central Kentucky. But back on out, we've got our focus on the upper Midwest and just off the Carolina coast, because we are stuck in the middle of both of those systems that could provide us with a chance for showers and storms as we head later on into the weekend. For us, though, tonight, mid-50s, clear skies, light to calm winds out there. And I'll have the details on when those showers can move in coming up in just a few minutes. Steve?
Evan, thank you. Former President Donald Trump has endorsed all of Kentucky's incumbent Republican members of Congress for re-election. The endorsements came out yesterday for Andy Barr, James Comer, Hal Rogers, Brett Guthrie, and Thomas Massie. Kentucky Attorney General Daniel Cameron is officially running for governor. Cameron, a Republican, filed his paperwork this morning. He joins Agriculture Commissioner Ryan Quarles and State Auditor Mike Harmon on the Republican side. And with his announcement, Secretary of State Michael Adams says he will now consider running for Attorney General. That election will be in 2023. Now, early voting in this year's primary election in Kentucky starts tomorrow. You do not have to have an excuse to vote in person Thursday, Friday, or Saturday. The primary is next Tuesday, May 17th. You can check out a sample ballot ahead of time if you go to govoteky.com. One Letcher County group is working to help families offset the cost of supplying everyday needs for their children, one diaper at a time. WYMT's Buddy Forbes shares how that group is sharing God's love from a diaper bag.
A mission to make things easier for mountain families.
This is what it's all about. This is the good part.
Bessie and Lester McPeak created their baby supply outreach 20 years ago, recently seeing its importance as they worked to push Pampers through the pandemic.
They couldn't find diapers. I put a call out to a lot of the places that deliver diapers and send diapers and things to us, and they got the diapers in their communities and shipped them to us.
Now with the increasing cost of fuel and concerns about supply shortages, McPeak says the program is working to ease burdens where it can.
Their diapers are very expensive, and the money that they could get from diapers here and do the diaper ministry and get the diapers, then they could help pay on their rent or their electricity or do other things. A lot of people couldn't work and they got behind, so this has helped tremendously.
With some caregivers struggling to find formula or paying more than usual to help meet their children's needs, they say this extra hand is more than appreciated.
So they won't have to sit and struggle for diapers or formula and stuff like that.
Which is why the program set up at the Letcher County Health Department Wednesday.
And it's just a great outreach for families, you know, for anyone. They don't have to, you know, necessarily be in need or low income. It's for anyone in the community or surrounding areas.
Supporting those in need.
They need to have more programs like this around to help others out that struggle.
By showing God's love from a diaper bag. In Letcher County, Buddy Forbes, WYMT Mountain News.
The program sets up at the health department every 2 months and has held community baby showers and more for those in need. The McPeaks say it's just their way of using what God blesses them with to bless others. Well, many mothers are running into empty shelves and overpriced cans for sale online. Some babies require special formulas, which may also be in low supply. A nonprofit is helping Kentucky families while the nationwide formula shortage continues. The Milk Bank says moms from Kentucky are stepping up to help provide breast milk. There are milk depots located at Kentucky Blood Center locations, including the ones in Somerset and Pikeville. With that shortage in formula comes a desire from caregivers to do what they can, but public health workers say you should be careful with old school or new homemade formula recipes being shared on social media. Some are resulting to attempts to make a formula to replace the kind they are unable to find on the shelves. But Jessica Couch with the Letcher County Health Department says that may cause more harm than good.
We definitely recommend, you know, them talking to their pediatrician first before they try anything that they may see on the internet, any type of, you know, Facebook post. It could be something that could be harmful for their baby. You know, it's important for the baby to get the correct amount of nutrition.
She says anyone who receives WIC can contact their local health department to consult about a different formula, and everyone should be contacting a pediatrician before making any changes. Officials with the University of Pikeville recently announced several projects as well as a large gift they've received to begin its very own dental school. WYMT's Jordan Mullins has more from UPike officials on what this means for future students and how it may impact the entire region.
The University of Pikeville recently received a massive gift.
You have a medical school, you have a nursing college, you have an optometry school. It seems to us that the one thing that's missing is dentistry. Would you be interested in starting a dental school?
On May 8th, UPike officials announced an anonymous donor had given the university $25 million to help fund the founding of a dentistry college in the heart of Appalachia, making an impact on dental education throughout the state.
I think part of the work that we'll do in the dental school is that connection between public health and dental education and finding the intersect of those two areas so that it would impact the region.
And although there is not yet a known location, President Webb says the search for a dean will begin soon, and the first class will be welcomed in shortly.
If I had to guess today, I would put the start of the new dental school between 2 and 3 years out. I'd probably lean more toward 3 years.
And prospective students and families are already excited.
Their phone is ringing off the hook with students and families who want to know more about the admissions process,
bringing more opportunity to locals and impacting the region for years to come. In Pikeville, Jordan Mullins, WYMT Mountain News.
President Webb says the search for a dean of the dental college will begin very soon, and the university is first looking at existing buildings as a potential home for the newest addition. Along with that dental school announcement, UPike also announced a new sports complex. That new complex, called Bear Mountain, will be placed on a mountaintop near downtown Pikeville on Cedar Creek Road. The new project will be the new home of UPike football, baseball, softball, men's and women's track and field, as well as men's and women's tennis. UPike President Dr. Burton Webb says although Pikeville High School has been a great host to many of the university's football games, having a dedicated home will bolster recruitment and make UPike a more competitive athletics program in the long run.
We've had moments where, the high school wants to have a football game and we need to have one at the same time, or we need to have practice. And it's never been great to recruit college athletes to a field that has high school materials on it. Nothing wrong with the high school, it's just college athletes want something different.
President Webb also said the complex will have plenty of parking and room for tailgating, as well as other activities such as walking track, trails for biking and hiking. A local business in Pike County received a statewide award. Southern Prep in Pikeville was awarded a Pacesetter Award from the Kentucky Small Business Development Center. Southern Prep was recognized for their high-performing second-stage businesses that produces innovative products, increasing sales, creating jobs, and serving Kentucky communities. And the business sign is up out in London. Officials with the London Laurel County Economic Development Authority posted on their Facebook page that a Claire's will be coming to town. The store is expected to open in a few weeks. Nonprofits across the state say Kentucky Gives Day was a major success. Yesterday, donations poured in for more than 260 charities. Their missions include free legal aid, helping people with recovery, and expanding access to healthy food. Organizers say the online fundraiser takes the burden off the organization. More than $725,000 was donated in a 24-hour span.
And coming up, I've got the latest on our sunshine tomorrow and when our clouds and showers return. That's next. But first,
taking it old school, work continues on building a new drive-in movie theater in Barberville. We'll tell you when it should be finished.
WYMT News app offers alerts